What's up, Capricorn? It's the Soul from Intuitive Tarot here to look at you starting October 27th, 2025. Capricorn, I hope all is well. Welcome any new subscribers to the channel. I appreciate you. The decks I am using because I'm incorporating something new, try something differently here. I want to try something differently, and so far it's working out. And so just bear with me. Shuffle and cleanse the energy here from Dawn Sagittarius' messages for the week. And we're about to see what is coming up for you, Capricorn. Okay, give me all the messages here for Capricorn, please. What's coming up? What can Capricorn expect this week? All right, so let's cut this deck here, and I'll shuffle the next deck that we're going to use, incorporate into your reading. And this deck also, too, will be listed in the description box. Capricorn. Sort of more or less like a oracle deck messages, but very appealing. So I had to jump on it and see how it works. Okay, I have to try something differently every now and then because, I get bored with doing these readings here. And so I have to keep my own self entertained. And I mean, I enjoy, don't get me wrong, I enjoy doing the readings, but, when you do it enough, it's like, oh my gosh, I don't like mundane stuff, monotony. Let me cut this deck here, and then we'll begin your messages. All right, so the first message for you, Capricorn, we're going to start off with the Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands is always indicative of some sort of high degree of intensity and passion. She's always focused on something or someone, normally going after whatever it is that she's focused on. So you have to put yourself in place of this queen. This will be you, Capricorn. Now, this could be, of course, male or female. So it could be dealing with a high degree of intensity when it comes to your work, when it comes to your relationships. That could be romantic, could be platonic friendship, could be anything going on in terms of family energy. Okay, she's a court card, and I always say that she can express herself in a sexual manner. Usually sexual expression comes like freedom, sexual freedom, without having to deal with inhibitions, okay, when it comes to that sexual stuff, all right? So that is the Queen of Wands. On top of the Queen of Wands from the other deck, we're going to start out Pisces, okay? All right, so Pisces, it just lists the traits of the Pisces, but it could be a Pisces that is involved with Capricorn. It could be a family member, it could be your romantic partner, it could be a friend, right? Or it could be someone new coming into your life, and they are a water sign. Anyway, it says good traits, empathetic, compassionate, artistic, intuitive, romantic. They are adaptable. Their bad traits is temperamental, spiteful, gullible, escapist, self-pity, overly sensitive, and compatibility signs. Oh, check this out. Scorpio, Cancer, Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo. Wow. I just happened to see that. So there you go. So this is something new that I'm incorporating into the readings here. We'll draw one of the cards from the first deck and talk about that and see what the oracle message wants to say afterwards. All right, so the next one up here for you, Capricorn, we have the Major Arcana, the Strength card. All right, so this is, again, is very powerful energy. So whatever that you may be enduring this week or having to deal with, you will be strong enough to overcome. This card always represents overcoming obstacles and facing adversity as well as challenges. Okay, so feeling very intent about that. Again, stronger than the energy of the Queen of Wands when it comes to that intensity, that passion. So you're strong, you're courageous, you're powerful, owning your own power, stepping into your own power, and so forth. All right, so you got the Strength card on your side. On top of the Strength card, we have Trailer, RV, So live in a trailer or a trailer park, live in a RV or travel in an RV. So that could be somebody who lives in a trailer park or lives in a RV or travel in an RV. All right. These are just simple, plain messages that I like, but it could be something that is connected to you. Okay. Could also be because it does represent movement. Also could be, I'm gonna throw this in here too, Capricorn, that somebody could be just traveling this week, and it may not be, traveling with an RV or a trailer. Up next, now we have the Three of Wands. Three of Wands here is something positive that's moving towards you, or you're moving towards it. So, oftentimes, I just talked about traveling, right? This card always, I read that if you are going to travel, Capricorn, you're going to be safe to and from. Anything that was slow moving, because this is my green card, right? The go light. If you have the Two of Wands, and I always talk about the Two of Wands if it's in your spread, slow and stagnant energy is what you're waiting for. In this instance here, the Three of Wands just pushes that energy and moves it along. So it could be that you, move along or push along in a relationship or a project or some sort of assignment. So yeah. Then it could also be, I talked about the traveling. So if you are going to travel, you're going to be safe to and from. And I assign long distance love affair and romance to this Three of Wands. All right, so on top of the Three of Wands here for you, Capricorn, now we have Runner. Okay, so Runner says a person who tends to avoid commitment or emotional intimacy often pulls away from their partner when things get too serious. Is that somebody that you know? Okay. Specifically, this would be a romantic partner. This would not be a platonic this wouldn't be a platonic friendship. This would be a romantic situation. So we're talking about a runner, someone who is not into commitments, and when things get to be too tough, that's why they call them runners, right? They don't want to get too serious, or they're afraid of getting too serious. Card up here next for you, Capricorn, is the Ten of Cups. Okay, so the Ten of Cups represents family unity, a lot of happiness. Could be in the form of celebrations with having to celebrate, birthdays, anniversaries. Someone could, be getting married here. This is usually indicative of some sort of invites to parties, socialization with people that you love to be around, that love to be around you. Right? Ten of Cups is in a group of cards where I always say if you receive it in your spread, then you could already be receiving that energy from those people that you are near and dear to. Okay? Someone could be getting married as well with the Ten of Cups. All right, so on top of the Ten of Cups here, we have balance. Balance just simply says even distribution of weight, enabling someone or something to remain upright and steady. Footing, poise, level, equilibrium. So you have the balance energy as well. So going through the week feeling balanced here, Capricorn. All right, following that balance card, now we have the Ace of Swords. Ace of Swords is victory and success, which you can attach to anything that is going on for you this week. Seeking some sort of excitement, possibly adventure. This is a card that always relates to first actions and first moves and gaining some sort of insight or clarity. Now, that could be gainful insight and clarity on, person, place, situation, or a thing. Following that, on top of the Ace of Swords, now we have a two-story home. Okay, someone live, rent, mortgage, or is selling a two-story home. Interesting. Someone could be looking for a two-story home, living in a two-story home, renting a two-story home, or mortgaging a two-story home. Card up next now is the Ten of Wands. Ten of Wands just simply means that you're going to be somewhat busy for some of the Capricorns that I'm reading for, having to do a lot this week. Just putting things in order. Could be all related to work, could be just doing things for yourself, your family, friends. Just, the Ten of Wands just comes in here to give you the energy to complete all of those things that you may have that are lined up on your plate or things that come up along the way. Okay? Ten of Wands, one of my busy bees. On top of the Ten of Wands here, now we have educated. Educated means that you could be a teacher that I'm reading for, you're schooled, or you had some sort of education, you're skilled or trained at what you do. You could be a tutor or a guide for someone, very informed. You could be also scholarly, learned, very intellectual, Capricorn, talented, and also knowledgeable. So someone could be, all of those things. Could be a teacher, someone could be a student, someone could be, and you don't necessarily have to be a teacher or a student to educate people when it comes to everyday life. So it is what it is. But I feel that there could be, well, this also too gives me the feel of someone having to, pay a visit to a library, and possibly look for something specific in terms of, reading material, or you could be just gaining some sort of knowledge or insight about something else that's specific to you, concerning you, accessing information, gaining more information. All right, so following the educated, we have the Eight of Pentacles. Eight of Pentacles represents definitely paying attention to the details of the work that you may be doing this week. It could be balanced energy, could also represent any forms of a promotion, job offer, contract. It's balanced, so I feel that it could be okay, I don't like to turn these into personal readings or whatnot, but I feel that for somebody that I'm reading for here, at least in communication with, this here would relate to you. All right, I'm not going to call out any names, but I think you know who I'm talking about. This is going to relate to you. This is something that's very positive. So I wouldn't be too surprised if whatever outcomes that you are looking for, that it may occur this week, but I'm being drawn here to this particular card here, okay? But for anybody else, it still could be a job offer, contract offer, a balanced energy, so you can stretch that energy out to any other area of your life. And also to, did I mention pay raises? Yeah, pay raises, bonus money. All right, that would be the Eight of Pentacles. All right, on top of the Eight of Pentacles, now we have free spirit. Free spirit is almost like, how can I relate this to? It could be like almost, temperance. It could be the empress. But anyway, this is you. It could be you being a free-spirited Capricorn, a person who thinks and acts in an uninhibited way without worry about normal social rules, very nonconformist, okay, follows the soul. All right, that's a Capricorn that I'm reading for. It also showed up for Sagittarius, and it was interesting too because she has fiery red hair, and we associate the Wands energy, fire energy, with Sagittarius. So I thought that was pretty interesting. Anyway, the last card that I have for you in the spread, Capricorn, is the Six of Wands. Now, the Six of Wands is, again, like the Three of Wands, that you're either moving towards something that's positive or something positive is moving towards you. It mirrors over here to the Ace of Swords, where I already talked about victory and success. So I feel that you can attach that victory and success to almost anything that's going on for you this week. All right, something moves or about to move towards you that's positive, or you're going to be moving towards that energy, right? Okay, so that's the Six of Wands. And again, if you're traveling, you're going to be safe to and from. Card up next is Mistress. Ooh, okay, so Mistress, a woman having extramarital sexual relationship, especially with a married man. Okay, Capricorn. A mistress. All right, so Capricorn, this is what I have for you this week. Like I said before, I wanted to try something different. I think I like this energy here. Some of you may not, but that's okay. I'm just doing this just to break my own energy of monotony. Anyway, so just take what's going to work for you. Leave the rest alone. You guys, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Have a safe, great week ahead. So always come back here to get more of these messages from me, Capricorn, and I'll talk to you real soon. Ciao.